Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hello?
Can you really not hear me? Great.
Hello? Ah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
It's all good.
That's going to be easy enough to edit out. The joys of editing.
Mm-hmm. Well, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Oh, and it is morning for both of us. We normally don't record until 5 a.m. my time, which is noon your time.
Mm-hmm. It is good morning. It is June. It is the 2nd of June today. Where is this year going?
A little bit longer break than what we were originally planning.
Yes, it was. I hope everybody is okay and hope everybody has stayed safe and has had a nice break from hearing us ranting about shit.
Our last episode was back in February, and we were planning on being back with season 2 back in April.
Yeah, well, it needed some downtime. Had a lot going on this end. You've had a lot going on your end.
I still have a lot going on my end.
You always have a lot going on your end.
If I didn't, you'd be worried. I'd
This
be worried.
is true. This is true. But yeah, so welcome to season 2. We're back. Woohoo!
Finally.
Yeah. But
And
yeah,
we've been getting a lot of listeners and everything too, because we finally started getting our first ad right at the end of season 1.
Yep.
Which meant we hadn't started getting any revenue really off of any of our episodes. And we're up to like 35 subs that we've made off of our ad.
We're going to be millionaires. No, I mean, seeing as we haven't actually put any new content out, I'm very impressed with that. And yeah. Look at us
We've
go.
had no new content. Right. We've had no new content. And in the 4 months we've been out without making new content, we've made 35 cents.
Yep. It's just, it's the start of the rest of our lives, woman. No.
Right. And before any new listeners think that we're in this for the money, because I know that's how that sounds.
Yeah.
All of the money that we make from any of our socials, from any of the podcast episodes, goes back into the podcast and into giveaways for you guys.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, unless obviously we start making billions.
Unless we make enough that we can support the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. The money to begin with. Yeah. Exactly. The money covers the overheads for everything and puts it back into the community. That's basically what it will be. We're not expecting to to become millionaires off of this. I was literally just taking the piss because obviously I don't know if you know of a program called Only Fools and Horses.
No, never heard of it.
The Brits will know of it. It's an older show over here, but basically it's about these London lads. I think they're from London. I'm sure they're from London. But it's Del Boy.
They probably are.
It's Del Boy and Rodney, and he's like he's a little like a what's the best way to describe him? He's a Jack the Lad, but he likes to he has his finger in lots of different pies, and he's all about trying to make money quick, basically. But he's not a con man. He's not a con man, and he's got a heart of gold, bless him. But it's basically he's one of his main lines was, "This time next year, Rodney, we will be millionaires."
Oh God. For anybody that doesn't know, life does not work that way, even with streaming and doing podcasts.
It really doesn't.
Sale and I have been each streaming for what, 2 years now, off and on, more off than on, if we're going to be completely honest.
Yep. Definitely more off than on.
I've only made a few $100s. About how much have you made? A few $100 roughly? Or, excuse me, a few £100?
Yeah, I think I've had 3 payments from them.
Yeah. Which is about what I've had.
Yeah, so I've made a few hundred, yeah, but nothing, not for the hours.
And that's with a grind.
Yeah, that was with, I was at the height of the effort and the work I was putting in. Everyone thinks that streaming, you just sit in front of the computer and play a game and you're done. That's not at all.
And to an extent it is. But there's so much behind the scenes.
That is the stream part. That is the live part. That's it. That is. But if you don't do the
networking,
all the other stuff to go along with it, you're not going to have anybody coming into your streams. So yeah, you can sit on stream and play your games. You can. Don't expect to get paid if you're not interacting with communities, because it won't happen. You need to interact with people. You need to make an effort. You need to be approachable. You need to actually give a shit about other people, not just yourself.
Yeah.
And at the height of when I was pushed.
Hang on, so my earbuds are being. I am not doing this without earbuds. Give me just a second.
I was chatting away, and I thought to myself, "Hang on a minute, something's gone wrong."
So
technical issues.
This will get spliced together. I'll download it on the laptop. It'll be fine. On the off chance it feels like conversations just went real quick. I am not at my house for recording, and the Wi-Fi here is shit.
Oh dear.
When you have a toddler throw the modem on the floor more than once.
Yeah, that's not gonna go well.
It gets glitchy, and then throw in the fact that one of us is in America and the other one is across the pond in the UK, and it just gets...
Yeah.
It was hinky at the best of times at my house, hardlined into the internet instead of using Wi-Fi.
Yeah. But yeah, I was saying that at the kind of height of pushing, I was doing 5 days a week streaming, and I was doing 40 hours plus a week networking. And yeah, it's hard. People don't realize how much hard work it is. There is so much that goes on behind the scenes, and you have to make the effort. Otherwise, if you don't make the effort, you're not going to get anywhere. And even with making the effort, I still didn't hit 1,000 followers. I still didn't hit. Huh?
You're really close though.
I've dropped back quite a lot because obviously I haven't been streaming. I'm down to like 940 now.
Point being, guys, she's still less than 100 away. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there and I think I might have 400, maybe.
Yeah, but as saying that, that is with pushing ridiculously to the point that I burnt myself out.
Yeah.
So it's finding balance, and which isn't always easy when you're doing, especially when you're working from home. With streaming, it's working from home, and it's you've got to know when to walk away from the computer and go, nope, not doing it anymore.
So Sale got to do this practically full time. I mean, she has her kids.
Yeah.
But this was basically your job for that 6 months that you pushed hard.
Yeah, I did. I pushed really hard.
I worked my full-time job, went to school, and did this, which is why I have a paltry 400 followers on Twitch. I mean,
it's not poultry. That's not poultry at all. That's not poultry by any means. Come on. There's people on there that have been on there a lot longer than either one of us have been on there, and they still, it's.
I'm not going to say names because I don't want to shame the guy as much as he irritates me. He finally left. The remodel at my store is finally done. He finally left.
Yay!
We met this guy through a third-party site that I am not going to name because I refuse to promote it at all.
Oh, God, no. I went in there.
But we met him there, Oh God, that's gonna be a story for another time.
I was bored.
You must have been. The fact that you didn't get banned right away.
Oh no, I went in. No, they didn't know it was me. It's fine because I'm on auto ban. So
yeah. She's on auto ban. She's been really naughty.
Naughty.
The site that we'll call it Voldemort because who shall not be made.
Hell will be fine.
No, because our Discord is the underworld, which is sometimes called hell. We're not playing that game.
That's garbage. Dump site.
Flaming garbage fire. Which is actually pretty accurate. But anyway, we met him there. Sale actually met him because I met him well after she did. Found out he was a streamer. Some shit happened that I don't feel like getting into.
Nope.
And I friended him on Twitch because I'm like, I'm wanting to network. I'm wanting to make friends with streamers. And this was right after I made affiliate. Actually, it was right after we made affiliate because we made the affiliate within a week of each other.
Yep.
But
because I remember sitting and pushing with you after I made mine. I remember sitting and pushing with you on flipping Fall Guys.
I was down to like 0.3 for my average viewers. Like that's all I needed. But getting that 0.3 was such a bitch.
Yep. Fall Guys, eat heart out.
I hate Fall Guys now.
I haven't played
it. Oh my god. A friend of mine's kids absolutely love the game. I can't stand it. But I'm sitting there and I'm talking to this guy. And he's like, man, he goes, I've been streaming on Twitch for a year. And I don't even have 50 followers. And at first I'm like, well, here's some tips and tricks that I've learned. Because, I mean, I started on streaming a good year before Sale did when Nerdfest Gaming originally started. Yeah. Nerdfest Gaming was the original Underworld Gaming. And I basically had to go through a little bit of a rebrand for a reason that I'm not going to get into because it's not my dirty laundry to share.
My ex is a douche. Let's go with my ex is a douche.
He had control of the email and the socials because I trusted him.
Yeah. Well, me and him were together for what, a year?
A little over a year. And
so,
I mean, it was fine. And then it wasn't, and I couldn't get control of any of the stuff. I couldn't get control of the email address, which is what kicked off the rebrand, because I'm like, I can't control the email. I can't control the socials.
Yeah.
And
but anyway.
I was like, this is what I've learned. Because I started streaming, I didn't know what affiliate was the first time I streamed, or the first few times I streamed, I should say. Didn't really know what I was doing. But I was like, you know what? I've joined some communities, and this is what I've learned. And he's like, oh, well, that won't work for me. And I'm sitting here going, why? And he goes, it's because you're female and I'm male. And I'm like, dude, they can't see me still. At the time, I didn't cam. And I mean, in reality, I only cammed for a very short time frame of my streaming. Yeah. I was like, they can't see me. All they can do is hear me. I'm just a voice to them. But I interact with them. And that was my biggest thing, is you've got to interact with people in your stream. I popped into his stream like 2-3 different times.
Yeah.
Never talked to his chat. If you were not on VC with him when he streamed, he would not talk to you.
You need to. People are not going to come into your stream if you're just going to ignore them.
Yeah,
that's not what it's about. It's about building a community, and clearly it was the vibe I got from him, how he was behaving, was he was just purely in it to try and make money.
Yeah.
And because of that, because obviously he wasn't interacting with his stream, people would go in and then they come out again because they're not going to sit there to be ignored.
Right. And he wouldn't go to other people's streams. He showed up in mine all the time. I don't want to go into that. But he showed up in mine all the time. But the way he talked was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, but I finally got to the point with him popping up in my. He got muted in my chat.
I haven't been in
all the time
for ages. But then
You're
you
not
haven't
a-
streamed for ages.
For reasons I'm not getting into, I have not streamed in like 5 months. Maybe a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I don't think I've streamed since before Christmas, and it's June 2nd. Just some perspective. I had some stuff come up in my life, and it's something had to give, and unfortunately, streaming was what had to give. I still game.
Yeah.
I still game. I don't have
very
time.
engrossed in Minecraft again.
That don't surprise me. But
I have
if you're
taken
not
a break,
willing,
though.
yeah, good. You're gonna bring yourself out again.
Yeah, no, because I'm concentrating on my diet at the moment and my new exercise routine, regime, and everything. Because my birthday weekend is like 7-8 weeks away.
Shut up, because that means mine's coming.
So it's
For
like,
those that don't know, I'm not going to give dates because
no,
but fuck you guys.
Yeah. Nope, not
our birthdays are 2 days apart.
Yeah,
our birthdays are only 2 days apart.
But literally, because obviously, like when I had to plan my birthday stuff around when the kids are at their father's. So
that's a fucking conversation for not here.
Let's not even go into that. But yeah, so I'm concentrating on that, and I've started a new regime, and I've got a dress that I've got to fit into for my birthday weekend. So yeah,
that explains so much now. It's been a while since we've just talked.
We might rant a bit. Sorry.
Yeah, I've got a nice new exercise regime myself. It's called crutches.
That's not an exercise regime, woman. That's just you need to stop hurting yourself. Is what you need.
No, I am getting muscle definition that I have not had in years on my arms and shoulders.
Yeah.
And before anybody can at me for walking in those incorrectly, my work was an absolute dick the first 4 days I was on crutches before the orthopedic specialist that I'm seeing for my knee right now put the kibosh to it and said, no, you're not working.
Yeah.
I got told I couldn't use an electric cart in a department store overnight when we were closed. So I had to do all of my walking and all of my working on crutches.
Oof.
And put this into perspective, I normally walked upwards of 10 miles a night.
Yeah, no.
And I had to then do that on crutches.
Yeah, no, you can keep that. Huh?
So in 4 days, I think I burnt through all of the fat I had in my arms.
It's just turning into pure much. She's turning into She-Hulk, people. Be careful.
I still have the gut, but the gut has gotten smaller. But you even relaxed, I have muscle definition that I haven't had in years on my arms.
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing. But the problem is, though, when you're finally off the crutches, you're going to have to keep it up. Otherwise, it'll go saggy.
I was sitting in one of those little cheapy little task chairs that you can get at Walmart here in the States.
Yeah.
And I was picking up the kids and flinging them around because I've got a friend that's got kids. And because I can't put the weight on my right leg right now, but sitting down, I can pick them up and toss them around all day. It doesn't hurt my knee as long as we don't have a stray foot go out and hit my knee.
Yeah.
And they're like, you normally are tired and not wanting to throw us around this much. And I was like, I don't think you guys understand. When you have to carry 200 pounds every other step when you walk.
Yeah. Okay, right. Before we get too distracted, this is only supposed to be the introduction to season 2.
Yeah, but if we still hit an hour, we're still going to be within our...
We're going to do an hour, are we? Or how long are we? Because it's only an introduction.
I want to try and keep it under the hour, but if we hit the hour, I'm not going to fit.
That's fine. No, I didn't know if we were only going to do like half an hour or something because it was the introduction.
Yeah, well, and you got to remember we've got some minutes that are going to be getting spliced together and
no, that's fine.
also
Yeah.
removed.
So we're just going to go over a quick. Do you want to go over a quick rundown of some of the things we might be covering this season?
Oh god, yeah, well, and some stuff that's coming up as well. I actually took notes so that way nothing got forgotten because I knew I was going to be tired when we recorded this.
So I mean, from my point of view, I know I want to go over something that hits quite close to home with both of us is the whole LGBT community, but it's more to do with the transgender movement that's happening at the moment, everything that's going on with that, and a lot of that also incorporates that there's a lot of women that are having issues with people of a non-binary. Do you know what I mean? Where do we go with that? How do I pronounce? How do I say that?
Cis women in certain parts of the world, and even parts of the U.S., because I know this is something that's happening in the U.K. It's not happening where I live, but cis women are being discriminated against by trans women because they're cis women.
Yeah.
And for those of you that don't know what cis means, it means they are women that were born as women that identify as women.
Yeah, I am a woman. I was born as a woman. I'm proud to be a woman, and I refuse point blank to allow somebody to say to me that I'm wrong because I associate as a woman.
More importantly, she identifies as a cis het woman, which means she is a straight female-born woman.
Yep.
She's got a vajayjay. She was born with a vajayjay. She likes men only.
Yep.
Dumb it down as much as possible.
So it's something that we're going to cover at some point as well, because everyone's always going on about what's happening to lesbians, gays, to the LGBT community, to transgender people, and I've got no issue with anybody living their life as long as they're happy. But nobody talks about what normal. I say no, it's not normal. Normal's the wrong word. Normal is with the finger quotes. Finger quote normal.
Normal is setting on the washer, though my washer doesn't have that. Sorry, there was some Suicide Squad warrant thrown in on that one. Anyway,
but no, it's not. Normal's not the right word. I would say more what a stereotypical woman and man have to go through, have to deal with, because even men have a lot they have to deal with as well. We're always saying about how women have all this to deal with, as do men, which I think will also lead quite nicely into us talking about domestic abuse.
Yeah, and mental health.
Mental health. Yeah, it all kind of comes under the same sort of umbrella thing, which also we could have a chat about COVID and everything, what's happening with that afterwards, because obviously mental abuse, all of these things have all happened a lot over the last couple of years, a lot more than usual, because people have been confined to their houses due to COVID. Yeah, my divorce came through whilst we haven't been recording, people, by the way, just so everyone knows. Woohoo! Party!
You're a single woman, officially.
Yeah, thank Christ. So what? So we've got the LGBT community, we've got women and men rights, we've got
mental health support.
And
really in the US. I don't know what it's like over in the UK. This one's really in the US, and this one hits close to home for me.
Yeah.
Domestic violence and the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case.
Amber Heard? Are we calling her Amber Heard?
We've got to be nice. We've got to be professional.
Yeah, there's professional, and then there's...
Yeah. He didn't get the full win. Well, he did get the full win, but he didn't
get the amount he wanted, no.
He also said from the beginning it wasn't about the money.
We have difference of opinions with regards to that, but we will discuss that when we start that one. So yeah, we've got mental abuse, we've got physical abuse, we've got domestic abuse, we've got
Roe v. Wade. This is
what?
another.
Oh yeah.
Roe v. Wade. This one really hits home, and just as a preparation for anybody, if you don't know what Roe v. Wade is, look it up. It is a lot about privacy laws. A lot of people will argue that it's just about abortion, but it is actually about privacy laws. So if you don't know what it is, if you're not from the States and don't know what it is, make sure to Google it and use a reputable source. Do not use some of these fucking blogs that don't know what the fuck they're talking about as your source. Use a reputable one.
Well, there was a few different things that we wanted to discuss, weren't there? But that is kind of, I think this season is going to be a lot more. I mean, I know first season we didn't hold back, did we? Really, we were what we were, but there wasn't as much going on. I don't think. I mean, okay, yes, we had COVID and everything.
They weren't as controversial as topics. We're going to cover the LGBTQIA plus discrimination, and it's not them getting discriminated; it's the cis men and women being discriminated. Yeah. And before any of you guys try coming at us that we are not an LGBTQIA plus friendly podcast, one of the co-hosts is cis woman bi or cis bi woman, however you want to word that. So if you really want to try pulling that card, come at me, bro.
Yeah,
we are. Yeah,
I'm sorry, but we are friendly. Just the whole concept of freedom of speech works both ways. If you have the freedom of speech to be able to turn around and say, this is what I believe, then the other person has that freedom of speech as well. Your freedom of speech doesn't get to stop somebody else's freedom of speech. That's not how that one works. Freedom of speech works both ways. So you're entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to mine. I don't discriminate against anybody else. Neither one of us do. Everybody is entitled to their own opinions, as long as they are within the law. They're not hurting other people and respectful. And you may not agree with what we say. We don't always agree with each other.
We've proven that on a couple of episodes in season 1, and we're gonna prove it again on a few episodes in season 2. Exactly. I know we are.
We are, but we are grown-ass women who know that we won't always agree on things, and we respect each other for that. At the end of the day, I would rather know that I can voice my opinion to her, and she's going to be like, okay, fair enough, but, and vice versa.
If we were in the same room right now, we could get into a disagreement or an argument of some kind, disagree, work it out, or be like, you know what, we've got to step back, we've got to take a break from this conversation, because otherwise one of us is going to say something to hurt the other. Shake hands, move on, we're done.
Agree to disagree, let's go get a cup of coffee. Let's get a cup of coffee.
Let's take a break to get something to drink, and then move on.
Because that's what grown-ups do. And that is also something that I think we need to cover this season as well, is how everybody is so easily offended by everybody else.
We did that in season 1.
I know, but we need to go further into it because it's getting worse. Have you not noticed how bad it's getting? It is getting ridiculous. That you can't even turn around and say to somebody, "Oh, you're right, mate," because they go, "Oh, what are you calling me mate for?" They literally. It is getting to the point that there is no freedom of speech anymore. People cannot have an opinion about something because when our politicians can't even answer a simple question that what does it mean to be a woman, because they're so scared of a backlash.
Which is, I never get into politics. We have a friend of ours. I'm not going to name him. He's running for government. I'm not even going to say what level or where, but he's running for government here in the States. That's as specific as you're going to get. It's here in the States. And I was talking to him, and he made a couple of decisions in the last 5-6 months that we haven't recorded.
Yeah.
And the first words out of my mouth to him were, 1, are you okay? And 2, are you really that fucking stupid with society today with what you're trying to do? Because Snail and I both know his long-term goal.
Yeah.
Started out as a joke, and he's actually working towards it now. So
yeah,
now it's not a joke. But I'm like, with social media and everything the way it is, are you really that fucking stupid? And he laughs at me and he goes, no, everybody's aware of what's going on. It's fine. It's been dealt with. He goes, I'll make a statement right now. I don't regret what I did.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're really not fucking helping your case, dude.
I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me a minute. I just got to mute myself.
Kind of jealous. I can't mute myself. We are recording through Anchor because I don't have my gaming speaker.
Well, I only muted myself because I'm using my headset. So I was able to mute myself because I've got my mic, haven't I?
I'm using the cheapy little $20 headphones from Walmart because it's what I have here. When you can't walk a plate of food from the kitchen to somewhere to sit down because of crutches, it's kind of hard to take care of yourself.
Yeah, that's not good. Right.
So I don't have my headset.
Yeah. So just to quickly reiterate things, because we're coming up towards like half an hour with this part of the recording, and we've already got a bit that we've got to splice into it as it is, because obviously tech and everything else. Yeah, so to reiterate, we're going to delve a lot deeper into things this year, this season, and it's going to be a lot more. I think we're going to piss a lot more people off this season.
Oh yeah. And our format is changing slightly as a result of this. Instead of we're not knowing what we're talking about until like 5 minutes before.
Yeah.
We are planning these out a little bit more. And the reason being is it gives me the chance to get the links, so that way when we post the episode, we post the videos, anything that we use as reference for us,
yeah,
we can share with you guys. So this way you guys actually do have the chance to do your own research from the same sources we do, and you can come at us on socials and be like, hey, Sale Q, did you check this out? Here's another one that kind of disagrees with the one you guys used. Yeah. I know I don't have a problem with that, and I'm the one that's check socials more.
Don't get me wrong. For anybody that loves how we were set up with before, that we diverge off into different, we will still do that. That will still happen, because that's how me and her are naturally. We will have a topic conversation.
Scripted.
Yeah.
These are scripted. Like, I am sitting right now. I mean, I've got my laptop screen open. I'm not using my laptop. I'm going purely through my phone because the audio on my laptop is crap.
Yeah.
I'm using my phone. I got 2 sheets of notebook paper in front of me with notes of stuff that I know I've got to cover in this intro-ish episode for season 1.
Yeah.
Of some changes that we've got going on. It's not a script. So far, we've touched 3 things. I had to count. I failed kindergarten. We've covered 3 of the different things that we have, and I'm not following it. We're skipping all over the place. I'm just putting an X in the margin next to what we already covered, so I don't reiterate anything.
I have nothing in front of me. In fact, apart from a game on my phone, which I'm playing whilst I'm talking to you.
That sounds about right for you. The only reason I have this is because there's a lot of stuff to cover. Like, our social media this season is going to be a lot more active as far as Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm going to be
okay, let's stop before we start spiraling off into this one. We're going to end this one. Because we will spiral. You do what we need to do. You say your bit. I'm going to go to the toilet because I need a wee, and get some more water.
She never goes before the episode starts recording. All right, go away, and I'll start on my little rant.
Right. Bye-bye, people. Right. Have a good day. Be good. Stay safe. Be kind. Bye.
Let's see. Am I going to have to start this over and splice another one together? Nope. Okay. So social media, as far as Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, those are all, I'm going to be trying a lot harder to make sure those are active. We're posting consistently. Like, we're going to have daily posts and shit like that. So if you want to know what those are, stay tuned. We do have a TikTok. TikTok is a lot of work because there's a lot you have to do with TikTok. And it's there. We have the name saved. I have like 2 videos ready to go for it that are just little clips from season 1. TikTok is not a priority for me right now. It is a huge social media tool. I am currently not prepared for that. I do social media management as my own personal business, which is the only thing helping me keep my sanity right now. There's only so much time in a day. Facebook will be getting videos of the stream every Wednesday. They will get posted on, why do I have Sunday on that one and Wednesday on this one? Because they do get posted on Sunday. They will get posted on Facebook the Sunday after the episode goes live. When the episode goes live on Anchor, that is when our cycle starts. So videos will go there every Sunday. On YouTube, I didn't realize until like yesterday that we are missing several videos on YouTube, and I am working on fixing those. I am working off of a Google Chrome laptop right now, and it's not always friendly for what I need to do, but I'm working on it. And make sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you can be notified every time we post a video there, because for some of you guys, YouTube is where you find us, where you listen to us at. It's fine. I love you guys. I appreciate everything that you do. They get posted the Friday after the episode goes live on Anchor. And who knows, we might be posting some content on YouTube that you won't find anywhere else. You'll just have to wait and see. Patreon is a big thing that we're looking into because Sale and I are both part of the, I don't know if I can say the word because I can't remember off the top of my head, the spicy community. And there are some things that we would like to discuss pertaining to that. So there are going to be some Patreon only episodes, bonus content, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. The episodes are only going to be found on Patreon. Now, the thing with our Patreon is you do have to be 18 plus. So if for some reason you find yourself in there and you are not of the 18 plus community, being you are not a legal adult, I'm going to say this again, if you're not a legal adult, anything that you find, hear, or see in there or in our Discord, you do so at your own risk. I know with the Discord, if we have a feeling you are not of 18 and we ask you to do an ID check with us and you refuse, that is your option. However, if you refuse the ID check and we have reason to believe you are under the age of 18 and you are lying to Discord, I will ban you. Sale or I will ban you from the server, as well as the Patreon. And no, you will not get refunded your money. I'm not sorry. Both of them, the Two Angry Women, are 18 plus. The Discord server itself is not 18 plus, but the Two Angry Women section is. By the time this episode goes live, our Patreon should be 100% up and running, meaning I actually have legit pictures for the tiers. We have 6 tiers, and each of them have their own giveaway option for merch, which means if you are a Patreon subscriber, you will be entered into a giveaway. However, that does not mean if you are level or tier 6 that you will get entered into the tier 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 giveaways. You will just be in the tier 6. That being said, the tier 6 is the most expensive one, so you will get a not nicer giveaway item than the tier 1s. New merch. We still have all of our old merch in our store. I will make sure to link that and our beacons page and all that in the description for this episode when this episode goes live. If the new merch is not live when this episode goes live in like the 3rd or 4th week of June, it will be shortly thereafter. So make sure to check out our merch store periodically, and I will make sure to post a link when it goes live on all of our socials, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I know right now we have the general Two Angry Women line as well as a Be Kind line, and I know one of the lines I'm wanting to do is a Keep Making Memories. And I am actively working with a couple of artists on kind of a rebrand of sorts. It was supposed to be done, but we had a few issues leading up to it that made that unable to happen. I got COVID, knee injury after knee injury, and finally this last one that really did me in. Kind of hit the brakes really hard on a couple of things. So, and like I said, our format's changing a little bit, but we're gonna know what we're talking about, or at least I'm gonna know what we're talking about well before we start talking about it. And I'll have some talking points, some references, some points definitely to try and make and everything, as well as it's mainly to help me make better. Hey, she's back.
I'm back.
Better episode titles and descriptions than what we had in season 1, because I was literally flying by the seat of my pants. But the episodes are still going to be unscripted.
I've sat there for the past
5 minutes.
Yeah, listening to you going on.
Yeah. So, yeah, we've got a lot of stuff that is getting done differently. What I know now about social media and social media management compared to what I knew when Two Angry Women originally started has changed drastically.
Just a wee bit.
So.
But yeah, so we need to wrap this one up.
Yeah, I got through my 2 sheets of paper.
Yay, look at you go. Right, so bye-bye everybody, and
we'll see you next time, and
be kind
we're glad
to each
see
other.
You back for season 2.
And stay safe, and we've got some exciting things coming. Bye.
Bye.